So we have another example here, and in this example we can see we've got a pressure of 1.7 atmospheres at 29.5 degrees Celsius and a volume of 13.5 liters. So these three are going to be P1, T1, and V1. So let's write those down. So we have a pressure 1 of 1.7 atmospheres. We have a temperature 1 of 29.5 degrees Celsius. Now remember, we can't use Celsius. We've got to convert that to Kelvin, so we'll do that by adding 273, and that gives us 302.5 Kelvin. And then we have a volume 1 of 13.5 liters. Our second set of conditions is that the pressure has changed to 2.4 atmospheres. And our temperature has changed to 20 degrees Celsius. Again, we cannot use Celsius, so we will add 273 to get 293 Kelvin. And then, of course, our volume 2 is what we are looking for. So the first thing I do before I even get started is check all of my units. So we see here that we have atmospheres and atmospheres, so that is fine. They match. Kelvin always for temperatures, and our volume is in liters, which means our new volume will in fact be in liters. So because we have all three of the variables, we're going to use P1 V1 over T1 equals P2 V2 over T2. Again, cross multiplying allows us to make the solving of the equation much easier. So I'm going to cross multiply to get P1 V1 T2 equals P2 V2 T1. And I'm solving now for V2. So I'm going to solve for V2. So to do that, to get it by itself, I'm going to divide both sides by P2 T1, P2 T1. And we see here that P2 and T1 will cancel on this side. So we will get our V2 equal to P1 V1 T2 all divided by P2 T1. So now we can plug in our values. And again, I will remind you, multiply everything on top, hit equals, divide everything on the bottom. So V2 is going to be P1, which is 1.7 atmospheres, times V1, which is 13.5 liters, and T2, which we got 293 Kelvin. We're going to divide that by P2, which is 2.4, and T1, which is 302.5. So now solving for these, we know the answer is going to be in liters because this is in liters, so that will be in liters. So in our calculator, we are going to put, let me clear my calculator, we're going to put 1.7 times 13.5 times 293 equals, divided by, in parentheses, 2.4 times 302.5, and parenthesis equals, and we get 9.26 liters, so we'll go with 9.3 liters as our new volume.